Okay, so I start this session. Let me hope most of you have joined. So from today, we are going to see module 3, which is going to talk about data structures. Okay, so in module 1, we concentrated on basics of language of Python. So, and then we have studied OOPS concepts. Now we are moving to data structures. So if you are people from CSE and IT, you might have surprised why we are moving to data structures after OOPS. Okay, so generally how they will cover, first they will cover basics, then they will cover data structures. If we take the syllabus is also like this for CSE IT. Basics, data structures, and in third semester only they are studying OOPS. But we are covering the other way around. Why? You may be surprised why. So while going in between, I will tell you why we covered OOPS before data structures. So let me go to the introduction of data structures. Okay. So why data structures? So as the name itself insists, so I am going to organize data to certain structures. It may be array, okay, or it may be files. So in some means we need our data to be stored inside. So I need to store my data and I need to retrieve the data. Okay, so how to store and retrieve data? You may say I may use a file, I may use a Excel, I may use a table or DBMS, database management system. So many things you can say. Okay, so all these things are physical open systems which we are seeing. But inside your system, as your system only knows about zeros and ones, as your system don't know what is a table, as your system don't know what is a file, how the data are stored inside your system and how the data are retrieved from the system from the memory. Okay, so all have studied microprocessor and microcontroller, I assume. So we know that system has a memory which is of grid. So always your system is like a grid, your memory is like a grid. So all are only chips. If it is closed, it is 1. If it is open, it is 0. That is how your data is stored inside your system. Okay, so each line represents one data you assume. Okay, so you can assume that each line represents one variable in memory. So if I declare a way in Python, I don't have declaration. If I say a equal to 10, so this 10 will be converted to binary and that value will be stored inside a memory some address 2000 may be allotted to a and the value will be stored inside your memory. So you may think this as 2000. So this 2000 line will store your value. So this is your one variable. So if I want to use more than one variable, if I need contiguous memory location, what I am doing? I am capturing a continuous memory location and naming it as array. Okay, how to refer these elements or how to move data to these elements? how these elements are organized inside your memory, how the data can be retrieved from your memory inside your system. Talks about data structures. Okay, so your data structure is storing or retrieving or managing data inside your system. So you have lot of data structure. Your first data structure is list. So now why we need this? So if you take some Google search, okay, if I say search, if I go to Google, in Google, so you take this itself, I have given Python online compiler, but for this I have got so much of data. How all these data are residing inside? While giving this comment, this line, how all these data are retrieved from where it is? How all these data are stored inside this Google server? Okay, so that is managing those things will be your data structure. So everything, whatever you store in basics, you have read only about variables. But storing inside a system is not talking about variables. So all these search requests cannot be stored inside the Google server as single variable. If you take one, at least this, so this page itself, you see here about 2,63,000 results. So if I go on storing these as these results to single variables, so I need 2,63,000 results. How to search in that result? How to move that result? The memory. How to retrieve a data from this result? If suppose I am going to click this W3 school online compiler. So this address will be stored inside the system. On clicking this address will get enabled. How to retrieve this address from 2,63,000 results? So all talks about data structure. So data structure is how your data is stored in an organized manner. That is the keyword. How your data is stored in an organized, structured way and how it is processed. That is your data structure. So how I am going to arrange? It may be group of collections of data in my memory and how I am going to do operations on those data structures or on those variables. Okay, so that is about data structure. You have types of data structure. It can be linear data structure or non-linear data structure. From the name itself, I can say linear means it is going to follow a linear rule or a simultaneous access from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 likewise. Okay, you consider array. So already we have finished array. What I will do? So if I want to create an array of or list of 10 numbers, what I will do? If I want a list of 10 numbers, which is A, what I will do? So your square brackets is your list symbol. I will create list of 10 elements. So you think I have 5 elements. Okay. So if I want to access 3, what happens? How can I access the value 3 from this array list? Through indexing. So I will put array with subscript value. So I will say A of 2 or 3, okay, or 4 or 3, based on how I am starting my index. If I start at 0, I will say 3. If I start at 1, I will say 4. So all depends on the subscript value how I am going to access. So how it is stored inside the memory? It is stored inside the memory as a contiguous memory location. So it will be stored inside the memory as contiguous memory location. So A of 0, you all know this will be 2000 will be A of 0, 2002. It's integer, so 2 bytes, so 1. Again 2004, 2, 2006, 3. Likewise, it will store continuously in a sequential order. So if I store value in a sequential order, that is linear data structure. If no sequence is followed, they are non-linear data structures. So totally in this module, we are going to see about all these linear and non-linear data structures, how the data is stored inside your system, how we can use these data structures inside the programs. Okay, so how to identify which data structure to be used when a problem statement is given. So all these things we are going to see in our module 3, and also some algorithmic introduction. So how to write an algorithm, what is the efficiency, how to find the efficiency of the algorithms. So your module 3 totally consists of data structures and algorithms. Okay. So now your first data structure is list. So I give this example. So you have some Maria, I am going to purchase. You think you are going to purchase, you are going to supermarket and you are going to purchase some product. Okay, you are going to purchase 4 or more items. Okay, so what I will do? I need to store collective of data. If I go to a supermarket, I will not buy only one item. I will buy more than one item. Already in your programming basics, you have seen a data structure which stores more than one value. What is it? Which allows you to store more than one value in a variable. Which concepts allow you? List, yes. So your list or arrays allow you to store more than one value to a variable. So that variable we are going to use. First, you may think you are going to buy only 4 items, and then you may add 1, and then you will review it and you may remove 2 items, and again you may add 2 more items. Okay, so you will go on adding and deleting from these values. It need not be a constant. Okay, I move the trolley through the shop. I will buy 1. So moving to some other place, I will think, no, this can be replaced with this. So I can replace. So my list will not be stable. It will go on adding or reducing or adding or reducing. It not be a constant one. It will be a dynamic one. So how to use it? So how to implement this kind of varying implementation? So we will go for list. Okay, so list is a normal data structure which can grow and shrink dynamically based on our need. Okay, So your list can be implemented in two ways, arrays and linked list. First we are going to see arrays. So this arrays I am not going to concentrate much because you have already studied about list, set, tuple, everything in your basics itself. The same concept we are going to use here also. Okay. So in my list, so how to declare a list? So if this is my list, so I have 4 items. So for this, first I need to declare a list. So what I will do? So first I need to declare a list. I will declare a list. I can use either square bracket or I will put list of, which will create me a contiguous memory location. If I want to add items to my list, I have two functions, append of or insert. When I will go for append, when I will go for insert. When I will go for append, when I will go for insert. Any answers? Append, add the element at the end, it's only. Insert, I can insert the value at any place. Okay. So in my list, I will use insert operation instead of append operation. Okay. So I need to insert the value at any positions within this list. It will go on adding or deleting your value. Okay. So this Python, you can say we are really implementing list concept in Python. If you go for C and all, if you have seen C, I don't know how many of you have worked with C. If you go for C, first itself I will declare the size. Okay, this is your size declared so that your list array will have only 10 elements. If I try to access more than 10, it will not allow. So it will capture only contiguous 10 memory locations. But in Python, you see here, I have not given any size. My size varies dynamically. I can shrink or I can add element. So here the size is not fixed. So if you take this first list, my list will be A of 4. Again here it will be A of 5 because I have appended one more item. Here you check, I have not appended, I have included salt in between sugar and tea bags. I have inserted, I have used the command a dot insert of where I want to insert. So at position 1, I am inserting salt. This is the difference between your append and insert. So I have increased the size from 2 to 4 to 5. Now I removed 2 elements. I have used my del command or I have used by remove command to remove my 2 elements. Here also it not only at the end. I have removed the first element and I have removed the third element. So I will go for del or remove, not pop. Again, I have appended 2 more items. So likewise, If I go for Python list, I can insert and delete as I need. Okay. So your structure will vary dynamically. Okay, that's the difference between the size, the list and your arrays. Why we are saying list using arrays? Array is the variable structure what I am going with for the list. Adanala it is called as list using arrays. Okay, so I will while telling about linked list, I will show you the difference how what it is. Here why we are given using arrays. So we are going to use the concept of capturing contiguous memory location. That's why we have given us list using arrays. Okay, so all these things you have already done in your list. So here I am creating a Infosys directory. So directory means I am going to store the name and roll number of my employees. So it will vary. If I join the company, my name will be looked or inserted inside my directory, or else if I move away from the company, my name will be removed from the company. Okay, so why you studied OOPS before your data structures? So all these data structures, what we are going to implement except this list, only list we use normal programming or general programming to implement list. All other data structures are going to use your class. That's why you have studied OOPS before your data structures. For all your linked list, we are going to study using your class. So what is the disadvantage of list? So list will be your contiguous memory location. If suppose you imagine, so I have contiguous memory location. I want a memory, I have memory location here. So I have 5 locations here. For the initial list, I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next list, I need to add 1. But in memory, you imagine you don't have space here. I have any other variable whose value, some value here, 30. Okay. So as like your C and all, I'm not going to capture contiguous memory location. Okay, it will create the list and it will go on adding next elements. But if I want to add the 5th element, I will have a data already there, which will be lost. Okay, so it will not, or it will stuck here and it will not write over there and it will throw you memory error. It depends upon the compiler what you are going to use. I have 2 options. Either I can overwrite on this and this data will be lost, or if I don't have a free space here, I can throw you a index error, memory assignment error, stating I am not able to move the value. Okay, so there your process will stop. So how to resolve it? So your capacity of array can be increased while adding or decreased. So even if you go for C and all, so I say if I declare int A of 10, okay, so 10 contiguous memory location will be captured. But you think I have only 4 items. Then all these memory spaces are waste. I can relieve these memories. But I don't have a provision in array to cut it into 2 or to release only certain portion of memory. Once if I capture contiguous memory location, it's captured. So how to avoid it? So instead of capturing contiguous memory location, what I can do, so wherever I have space, I can capture that location and I can create a link to another memory location. I think we all have played that game. What is its name? I forgot. So you will have gift. So the document will be, the places will be shared wherever you have. So you go on searching. So you will have clue in some places. ஒரு பிளேஸ்ல ஒரு clue வச்சிருப்பாங்க. ஒரு clue-ஆ trace பண்ணி போனா you will get a treasure hunt. Okay, what I will do in that place? So I will search in one place. I will get a clue. So it has a clue where I need to go. So the link moves to another location. There I will get a clue, data, what I want. Again it states some clue where I need to move. So again I will move there. There I will get a data. Okay. So always I will have a link to move to another location. Okay. So if I create a contiguous memory location using this link to next location, that is your linked list. Okay. So why I am moving from array to linked list? So I have captured 4 memory spaces, but I have used only one. All 3 have been wasted. So instead of that, I capture the memory location only when I use, or else if I detach the memory location, it will be useful for me. Okay. So this is the disadvantage. How to overcome it or how to resolve it? I need to go for linked list. Okay. So to do this linked list only, we need this object referencing. Okay, what is object referencing? When you know the positions. Okay. What is object referencing? You have already studied object referencing. In OOPS, what is it? Anyone of you answer? You did object referencing, right? Here have a class. Yes. Okay. I create objects to that. S equal to S of S1. I say S1 equal to S of. And again, yes, I say S2 equal to S1. What I am doing here? I am assigning. Okay. So generally what happens? So a memory will be captured and both S and S1 is going to refer this memory. S1 and S2 is going to refer the same memory. So this is object referencing. So whenever I create a object, if suppose you print a object, suppose whenever you print a object, okay, so whenever I print of n, what happens? I will get some object ID, right? So what it means, I am getting the address where my object has been stored. I am getting the address where my object has been stored. So that concept I am going to use for my linked list, which means inside my list I am going to have to, in your link contiguous memory location of list, what I have only data as 1, 2, 3, but I am going to make a small change in this, which is going to have two things. One is data and the other is address of that next element, where your next object has been created. So here I am going to create list of objects. In my linked list, I am going to create list of objects where each data is treated to be a object with data and address of next object where it has been created. So now என்ன பண்ணுவேன்? So இப்போ S1 ல நான் வந்து so S1 அதுல நான் ஒரு டேட்டா 2 னு வச்சிருக்கேன். ஓகே, so இதுதான் எனக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நோடு. இங்க எனக்கு அட்ரஸ் எதுவும் இருக்காது. my address will be none. சீல பாத்தீங்கன்னா அது நல்லுன்னு சொல்வீங்க. here it is called as none. so எனக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டேட்டாக்கு அட்ரஸே இருக்காது. செகண்ட் டேட்டா நான் கிரியேட் பண்ணுவேன். S2 கிரியேட் பண்றேன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. S2 னு நான் ஒரு டேட்டா கிரியேட் பண்ணுவேன். இங்க எனக்கு 3 னு இருக்கும். அப்ப எனக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவேன்? S1 ல S2 ஓட அட்ரஸ மூவ் பண்ணுவேன். Here I will move the address object of S1. அப்ப எனக்கு என்ன ஆகும்? இந்த இடம் அட்ரஸ் அப்படிங்கிற இடத்துல what I will move the object S2. இங்க S2 னு மூவ் பண்ணுவேன். S2 ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் கிரியேட் பண்ணி மூவ் பண்ணிடுவேன். So what happens? This S2 is referring the next object. Now this will become none. ஏன்னா எனக்கு ரெண்டு வேல்யூ தான் இருக்கு. So likewise I go on adding. So எனக்கு என்ன ஆகும்? இது S1 ஆப்ஜெக்ட். இந்த S1 ஆப்ஜெக்டோட அட்ரஸ் இது S2 ஆப்ஜெக்ட். இந்த S2 ஆப்ஜெக்டோட அட்ரஸ் S1 ல இருக்கும். மறுபடியும் இந்த S3 ஆப்ஜெக்டோட அட்ரஸ் S2 ல இருக்கும். So இது வந்து S1, S2 referring S2. So this place referring S3. So this place referring S4. So you should know object referencing very well to create your linked list. இப்ப நான் இப்ப என்ன பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, I am creating a class. So I am creating a class. Okay. So N1, N is going to have node of 10. Again, this node data has none. Instead of that, I will move one more node. Okay, so what happens? First time it will become none. Second time it will become node n1. Third time it will become node n2. Okay, so I will move the object up. Here I will create another object, node of 20. What happens? Another node object is created and that address is moved here. So here I am referencing the object of another class. So this is how I can implement linked list in my Python. So to do this, you should be confident with your object creation and object referencing. That's why we covered OOPS before data structures. Any doubt in linked list? Till now, any doubt? Any questions? Any doubt? Any questions? Move the object or address name. Wherever I say object, it is address, sir. All objects created only with address. So when in object referencing also, if I say S2 equal to S1, that's why I said object referencing. If I say S2 equal to S1, so both S2 refers to one address and S1 also refers to only same address. Your object ID is your address. I can directly say, generally, linked list means, general concept of linked list is, it has two parts. One is data, this is data, and this is address of next node where it is stored. Okay, as I said, so from this address, you see this example. Here these two nodes are occupied, it is not free. So from A is stored here, directly the address of B where it is stored is given. So if this is A, again somewhere, as like I said in treasure hunt, somewhere I have stored B. So this B's address will be stored here. In your general list concept, that is your list concept. How to implement in Python using your object referencing. So I will create a next object B. This object B address is given here. Okay. So this address can be of referencing. So this will be node N1. So this N1 will refer to N2, which is created somewhere else in the memory. So this N2 will refer to N3, which is created somewhere else in memory. See. Okay. So as I am creating link to memory location, this is called as linked list. Any more doubt? Any doubt in concept? Because this is the basics for your all your non-linear structures. Okay, linear structures you can easily implement using list array itself, but these linked list is the basics for your non-linear structures. Non-linear structures, definitely you need this linked list because it will not follow a sequence. Any doubt? Any doubt in concept? Any questions? Shall I proceed? So each linked list node has two parts. One is data part, which is going to store the value as this A, B, C, D. The other is address part, which holds the link to the next node. So the first node is called as head node. The last node is called as tail node. Your tail node has address none. So I need to move the list from first to last. I don't know which is first, which is last. So I will create two more objects which stores the address of first node and stores the address of last node. So the first node is called as head node. The last node is called as tail node. And always your tail node has address none because it will not have any other link. So it's obvious to resolve the concept issue of contiguous memory location only. We are moving to linked list. So as like array, your linked list need not be your contiguous memory location. You can store wherever you want. So how to create a list? So as I said, your list is the collection of arrays of objects. So for an object you need a class. So I will create the class node. Linked list. So we call this everything as a node. This is a node. This is a node. Each part is a node. That's why we are creating the class as node. Nodeங்கிறது ஒரு class name தான், அது என்னமா வேணா இருக்கலாம். Why I am creating as node? Each thing is called as node here in linked list. So I have two data. As you know, I have two part, data part and address part. So I create two things. So always I use init function, which is constructor, to create a node. So at first time while creating node, if I have only one node, I will not have address of next node. So this will be none. So I have two parts. One is data part, where I am going to store the value. So what happens? This 10 will be stored here. Okay. Next is the address of next node. Here I don't have any node, so I am filling it with none. If I say n of 10, which means I have created only one list, linked list with node 10. And this will be none. So I have created only one node. So this is how you will create your node. So I am creating here item node equal to sugar. So I am creating only one node sugar. So which has data sugar, and it's not going to have any link to next node, so this will be none. So I have created one node. Okay, so I need head and tail. So I am going for linked list. So in linked list, I have two things. One is head and tail to show the first and last element. So I have two structures, head and tail. So what happens if node, I have created node n. So class linked list. So def okay. So self dot head equal to node, and again self dot tail is also node. So I have only one node. So what I will do, I will say li equal to linked list of node n. So I have created a node n. So head is also this, tail is also this, because I have only one node. Okay. So display. So I need to move to next location. Okay. So I start from head and I move till tail. So my head is always my first node. So this tail node changes whenever I create a new node. So this will become node of 20 or this will become node of 30. So the next node what I am creating will become my next node. Okay. So now, so if this is the case, so I have 10 which is my head node. So this will be head. So this have the address of 20. So 20. So this will be 9. So this will be tail. So I need to start from head and I need to move till I get end. So in my code I will check. So in my display code I will check. So in display code I will check if self dot head equal to not equal to self dot tail. If so, I can move to the next node. I can check whether this is the data I want. So node dot data equal to 20. Okay, print off node dot data. Or else, if not head dot tail node, so I need to move to the next node. Okay, so if my head and tail becomes equal, which means I need to stop. So instead of for, I will say while. Okay, so if not, so what I will do? I will move the pointer. So I will move to the next data pointer. So I will say self dot node plus next equal to node equal to self not node. இப்போ எனக்கு என்ன ஆகும்? First node ல இருந்து I am moving to the second node. Now my node will become self dot node. So இந்த node ஓட address இங்க move ஆயிடும். So what happens? So I will be in 10. So இங்க வந்து next node ஓட address இருக்கு. 20 ஆன்னு பார்க்குறேன். இது 20 இல்லை. அப்போ இந்த அட்ரஸ் இங்கே நெக்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்டராக போயிடும். ஸோ இங்கே வந்துடுவேன் நான். ஸோ இந்த டேட்டாவை எடுக்கிறேன். 20 ஆன்னு பார்க்குறேன். ஸோ என்னோட ஹெட் என்ன ஆகும்? மூவ் ஆகிட்டே போகும். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு வரேன். இப்போ ஹெட்டும் டெய்லும் ஒரே இடத்துக்கு வந்ததுன்னா ஆர்எல்ஸ் என்னோட டேட்டா கிடைச்சதுன்னா ஐ வில் பிரேக். செல்ஃப் டாட் ஹெட் self dot head என்ன பண்றேன்? நான் மூவ் பண்ணிட்டே போறேன். If I get the answer or I need to continue till my head and tail are equal. So this is your display. So I start from sugar. I go on checking my data. So I need to move my head node till I get my tail node. So this is display. So same way I can go on adding. For adding, after adding my tail, so what I will do for add? So what I will do for add? So self comma data. So I am going to insert, create a node. So node of data, okay, and my tail self dot tail will become, instead of none, what will happen? So here also none. First time it will be none. Both will be none. Sorry, both first time both will be node. ரெண்டுமே ஒரே node பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கு. So now in add what I will do? I create a node. I move this node data. அப்ப எனக்கு என்ன ஆகும்? இந்த node create ஆகுது இல்லையா? இந்த node create ஆகிறது will become my tail. So what happens? So if suppose I have 10. So this is head, this is also tail. Both are head and tail. So next I will create another node. Now what happens? This tail move to the next node. So this is head, this is tail. So I have inserted one element. So first both are representing the same node. Next tail moves. So this is insert, add only adds at the end. Add is appending. Only you can add at the end. Insert is wherever you want you can insert. அப்படி insert பண்ணனும் அப்படினா what you have to do? So I have 10. I have 30. So this will be head and this will be tail. Okay. So if I want to insert 20, what happens? I insert 20. Now your link will refer here, right? This object N1 will refer N3, N2. Instead of that, what I will do? I will create a object N3. So I will move the object's address N3 here, and to this address I will move N2. So the link from here, it will move this way. So this is your insert. In insert, I need to make the address of previous node to the node what I am inserting, and the address of next node. So the new created node with the address what I have already. அப்ப நான் என்ன பண்ணனும்? இந்த நோட்ல இருக்கிற அட்ரஸை வேற ஒரு டெம்பரவரி அட்ரஸ் மூவ் பண்ணிட்டு, ஸோ இந்த N3 நான் ஒரு டெம்பரவரியா N1க்கு மூவ் பண்ணுவேன், ஆர் ஒரு டெம்பரவரி வேரியபிளுக்கு மூவ் பண்ணுவேன். T ஈக்குவல் டு N1 அப்படின்னு பண்ணுவேன், N3 அப்படின்னு பண்ணுவேன். ஓகே. ஸோ இந்த இடத்துல I will move N1. So the new node created N2. இந்த இடத்துல அந்த T நான் மூவ் பண்ணிடுவேன். So T-ங்கிறது which is referencing, it is referencing N2. This is how insert is done. Same way delete. If I delete at last, my tail to be moved to the first node. If I delete at first, my head to be moved to the next node. இப்போ நான் head remove பண்றேன் அப்படினா head இங்க 10 இருக்கு, இங்க 20 இருக்கு, இங்க 30 இருக்கு அப்படினா இது head, இது tail. So lastல remove பண்ணா tail முன்னாடி மூவ் பண்ணனும், இல்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல ரிமூவ் பண்ணாலும் ஹெட் பின்னாடி மூவ் பண்ணனும். அப்படி இல்லாம ரெண்டுலயுமே இல்ல நடுவுல delete பண்றேன்னா சிம்பிள் வே டு delete. இந்த அட்ரஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா, இந்த அட்ரஸ்க்கு இந்த அட்ரஸ் எடுத்து இங்க மூவ் பண்ணிடணும், அவ்வளவுதான். So this will be deleted. What happens now? So this address what I have here, இங்க self dot node ஓட அட்ரஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த self dot node ஓட அட்ரஸை எடுத்து previous நோடுக்கு மூவ் பண்ணிடணும். That is your delete operation. So the overall code. Any doubt in operation? Any operation need to be explained again? Any doubt so far? You understand the concept? Okay. So as I said, I'm creating a new node and moving the new node to my head and tail node if that is the first node. Okay. Else, if that is the first node, which means I don't have head or I don't have tail. Why I am given double underscore? Because all are public data. Without in this, you need to have all data as public. If you have not given this underscore, it will become private data and this class variable you are not allowed to use here. You see here? So this head, data, all are these class variable. So if I have not given double underscore, it will not be used outside. Okay. So if head is none means no node. If head is none, I am creating both head and tail node to the same node. If it is not none, which means head has some data, then I am inserting the new node and making that new node as tail node. So this is addition and insert. So as I said, if that at last I can use the same add code, or else so I need to get next, which means next node address, and I am going to move to the previous node. Now this will become my tail node. So this is your insert. So display, I am just going on to next node. Either your temp may become none or this is also correct. You can check whether both self and head are equal. If self and head become equal, you can stop data. Okay. So this is your delete. What I have to do in my delete? So I have 2 node. So 3 node. If I want to delete this node, I need to get the address of this next node. So next node oda address vaangi previous node ku move pananum. Previous node la set pananum. So then this will become deleted. Okay. So if this function is called, what will be the output? So what I am doing? I am adding both nodes. So I am getting 1 and 4 and adding it, and again 5 and 9. Likewise, I am getting data and I am adding the node. So this 1 and 4, what happens? It will become 5. So when to use linked list, when to use array? There we should be careful. So wherever I need shifting of elements, whenever my array is very dynamic, I need to go only for linked list. Okay. So if I have frequent insertion and deletion, I need to go for linked list. But I have only random sequencing. My array is fixed. I don't have lot of dynamic operations. Then I can go for array. Okay. So any doubt in linked list? So if you work out with linked list, again if you get any doubt, only while working you will get doubts. You work with the code. I think PPT has been already put in Moodle. So you work with the code. Only if you work, you will get lot of doubts in linked list. Without working, you will not able to get doubt. Okay. So again, I will address your doubts tomorrow. After working, definitely you will get lot of doubts in linked list. You note down all the doubts. I will address tomorrow. Till now, any doubts in concept? If no doubts, I will close the session. Any doubts? Okay. Thank you so much. You work out with linked list and note down all your doubts, which I will address now. Thank you.